Hello, I'm Chris Williams from Read Comics They're Bad For You, the name of my YouTube channel. Or if you're watching this on BitChute, the name of my BitChute channel is Comic Freak. Or if you're watching this on Library as well, then please subscribe to my Library channel. It is also named Comic Freak. I have an article for us to read today. Disney CEO Bob Iger silent on future Star Wars film projects during latest Disney investor call. It looks like Bob Iger is scared to make future Star Wars films, so he's put it off down the line. And we'll just learn about it as we read this article, so let's do so. Disney CEO Bob Iger was silent regarding the future of Star Wars film projects during the latest Disney investor call. According to a transcript provided by the Motley Fool, Iger confirmed Disney will be taking a hiatus from the theatrical Star Wars releases. While he did mention that features are in development, he did not provide any specifics whatsoever on the Star Wars front, whereas I had mentioned in previous calls we're taking a bit of a hiatus in terms of the theatrical release. We finished the 9-episode Skywalker saga and we're developing both television and features, and Iger has mentioned before that Lucasflim would be taking a hiatus when it comes to theatrical releases in April 2019. Iger told Bloomberg, "We have not announced any specific plans for movies thereafter. There are movies in development, but we have not announced them. I think we are going to hit pause and take some time to reset because the Skywalker saga comes to an end with this 9th movie. There will be other Star Wars movies, but again, I think we're going to end up in a period where there will be a bit of a hiatus." They're taking hiatus basically because Bob Iger decided back in 2015 to make every year going forward, they'd release another Star Wars movie, and people have become sick of him. Even the spin-off movies haven't been doing all that great. Rogue One made $1 billion, but considering that Star Wars Episode 9 only barely matches that, is just bad in of itself. Because usually Star Wars movies are blockbusters, and because these are not blockbusters, then that means something has seriously gone wrong in their making. He also told The Hollywood Reporter in September 2018 that he believed Disney was putting out too many Star Wars films too quickly and indicated there would be a slowdown. "I made the timing decision, and as I look back, I think the mistake that I made, I take the blame, was a little too much too fast. You can expect some slowdown, but that doesn't mean we're not going to make films." However, Disney also announced that 3 Star Wars films were on their docket with release dates scheduled for 2022, 2024, and 2026. Iger made no mention of these films in the investor call, and in fact his silence indicates they might be delayed or even scrapped. While Iger indicated that Star Wars films will go on hiatus, he did reveal that Disney and Lucasfilm's short-term plans are focused on The Mandalorian and possible spin-off series. The priority in the next few years is television, with The Mandalorian Season 2 coming in October, and then more coming from The Mandalorian thereafter, including the possibility of infusing it with more characters and the possibility of taking those characters in their own direction in terms of series. I have to say I agree with Clownfish TV that they said that with Disney basically turning the Star Wars franchise into a television and streaming service, that this is pretty much the end of the Star Wars franchise because you're not going to get anything better than the Ewok movies, and I have to agree. We're looking at that kind of movie making now on with Star Wars. And I have to say, after the Skywalker saga, this is just going to bury the franchise permanently. And I have to say, I am happy about that. I want Disney to stop making Star Wars films because they're just going to keep screwing it up no matter what they do. Iger also touched on the upcoming Rogue One prequel series and the troubled Kenobi series, and then we have a prequel to Rogue One and Kenobi series also in development. He would reiterate Disney's short-term vision for Star Wars is with TV on Disney+, so the priority for Star Wars in the short term is going to be, I'll call it, television for Disney+, and then we will have more to say about development of theatricals soon after that. It sounds like he's basically scrapping a couple of series he wasn't so sure about, and he's basically putting all of his money on The Mandalorian, and he wants to introduce new characters through The Mandalorian and hoping to get more television series for Disney Plus off the ground. And I have to say, that's just bad. I've heard The Mandalorian is basically just mediocre. Good, but better than the Star Wars Skywalker saga, so it's sold better. But introducing all of your characters through just that, I have to say that's just a dumb idea. And I do not think it will work. Iger concluded indicating he was confident about Star Wars and Lucasfilm moving forward, and even hinted that there might be Star Wars content come to Hulu in the future. We are confident that the studio is going to continue to be a strong driver of operating income for the company, both on the movie front and also as a great supplier of product, both original and secondary market for Disney Plus for Hulu, by the way. While Iger might be confident that the short-term plans for Star Wars and Lucasfilm have long-time fans rather nervous, especially after the complete and utter disaster of the Disney Star Wars sequels that gutted the heart and soul of the fan base over and over again. That is quite true, and that's why I don't think these Star Wars television series are going to work. Disney Plus is basically playing a game of duck, duck, goose. They have a good thing going with The Mandalorian, and that's only because it's just better than the sequel series. YouTuber Keenan and Geeky Sparkles on Clownfish TV commented on Disney switch from film to TV. Keon states it's really sad to see Star Wars regulated to direct to TV. Everything Star Wars now is going to be on par with the Ewoks movie, he added. I'm just saying that's where it is right now, and we have the sequel trilogy to blame for that. The sequel trilogy just completely has soured a lot of people on Star Wars. I think the damage is irreparable. The Mandalorian started to win people back, but how long before they screw that up? As I said, yeah, I think they're screwing it up right now because they're going to use it to jumpstart new TV series for the Disney Plus streaming service, and I don't think any of these series are going to be good because Disney has completely annihilated the fan base and, well, the casual moviegoer, the normie, you know, the casual customer, the one who basically makes sure all of these tentpole movies make all their money. Well, because of Disney's sequel trilogy, thank you Disney, they've completely destroyed any trust these regular people have in the Star Wars franchise, and then because of that, they're turning to TV. But because TV is on a limited budget, it won't have the same grandiose and grandeur that the Star Wars movies have always had. The Mandalorian looks decent, not great, and I have no real need or want to see that series because mostly the effects and the characters themselves look more generic. Baby Yoda here is fine. I don't really think he's all that cute. He's just another generic puppet, and the other characters, the makeup looks good, but not great. It doesn't look any better than, say, Buffy the Vampire Slayer. And while that series was good, I just don't really think I want to see a series that's basically just a mediocre Western in space. But now, Disney is hedging all their bets on this one series that basically has one standout character, which is a puppet. And that only works because he's so cute, at least by everyone who thinks he is so cute. How is that going to do next year when basically the next cute thing comes out? Are they going to introduce another cute character? And this is why this is such a bad idea for Disney to hedge all their bets on The Mandalorian to introduce new Star Wars content. This is basically bottlenecking the franchise, and you're basically killing yourself because you're worried that everything else you'll do will fail. Well, this will fail because people will quickly tire of it. Especially because this is Disney, who rely on whimsy and cuteness to sell their products. That's why they're relying on Baby Yoda to sell The Mandalorian. And that is just going to turn off even more males. Remember, Star Wars was originally just a boys' property, but Disney insisted on turning it into a product that's supposed to be for both boys and girls. Well, boys don't see it that way. They just see it as a girl product now. And The Mandalorian's Baby Yoda, that ain't helping it. That ain't helping anything. They don't even think he's probably cool. And that's basically a death sentence for anything that wants to appeal to boys. So Disney, you have really no other option but to fold and just basically put Star Wars back in the vault and hope that you can still sell it with the original trilogy and prequel series, because you don't have anything but bad ideas. If you like this video, subscribe. Make sure you're still subscribed, and I stress that, make sure you're still subscribed. If you're watching my videos but you're not subscribed, please subscribe to my YouTube channel, Read Comics That Are Bad For You. Then go over to Library and subscribe to my Library channel, Comic Freak. Then also go over to BitChute and subscribe to my BitChute channel. It is also named Comic Freak. Hit that bell for notifications, hit that like button, and leave some comments down below. And if you could you also please share this video, share it on Twitter, Twitter, share it on Reddit, and share it on Facebook. Share it anywhere you think it'll do the most good, because I really want you to share my videos. Now listen closely. Keep checking back in all my future videos for more information on my own upcoming independent comic book scumdogs. I'm Chris Williams, and I'll be back again tomorrow with another video or review.